Yo, nerds! So this weekend, I went to the VRLA Expo 2017 at the LA Convention Center, and it was super dope. Now, they had all these VR experiences that were kind of like cutting edge. It was really neat. They had like stuff that like it's so work in progress, so there's no way they're gonna sell it right now, but they're just trying to get their feelers out to see if they get investors, bring this into something that they can, you know, really put their back into and then get it out there for us. It's really awesome. So one of the things that I did was gonna hit me mentally. It was gonna be like really exhausting, let's say that. I don't have a lot of VR experience, so it was kind of going there as an educational thing. And when I went in there, I made sure that I didn't eat a lot because I knew I was gonna get sick. There's so many different changes of platform and stuff like that that it gets you a little bit sick. I went through Vives, Oculus, Google Daydream. PSVR wasn't really there. I didn't see a lot of that. But yeah, like there's so many different platforms, and they all have the different kind of ways of doing it. And eventually it broke me down and got me sick, and I was like, no. Overall, the whole like convention was super cool. We had Justin Roiland as our keynote speaker from Rick and Morty. That was super cool. It was super funny. I played a bunch of games. Unfortunately, a good amount of them were that like space pirate trainer kind of simulator where like you're stuck in a central area and you have to shoot all the stuff around you. That's not bad. I mean, like we're still trying to figure out the limits of what people can do and make sure that the player is actually immersed. So it was awesome to be a part of that. They also had this virtual egg hunt for Easter. So you're in this like thing that looks like Mushroom Kingdom. They had these like trees and stuff, and you would go around and it would just be like augmented reality, and you would just go in with the VR headset and try to find these eggs. And it was super funny just watching it from afar, like watching people just look through this barren set and look for eggs that were not there. Another thing that was super cool, oh man, oh god, this part was so fun. So there was this game, it was like Mission like SIS or something like that. What it was you were in a space station and you're like grabbing onto poles and you're pulling yourself forward, and like you're just going around like kind of like monkey barring around, and then the guy who's running the game says, open the hatch. And I'm like, open the hatch? Are we gonna go outside? Are we gonna go in space in VR? Like real space? Like, because the graphics were looking really cool. Like they made the space station look like a space station. It was really neat. It was not basic textures in it. It was legit stuff. And you go out into space. Like, oh my god, my 10-year-old self just went nuts. It was so cool. It was beautiful. It was really neat. It had the like, they had the Earth there. And it was just, it's so dumb. I sound like an idiot talking about it, but I was just so giddy talking about this crazy experience that I just went through. So it was like I'm going through like this outside of the space station, and you can like fling yourself off, and it was nuts. I'm like flying in space, and I'm like, no, like I'm gonna drift forever, and I'm gonna die in space. Like it felt like that. But eventually, you actually had a jetpack you can kind of control and get you back to where you're supposed to be. That was one of my favorite things, and it was like when I first got there. It was like a really good precedent of like what was gonna come like for the rest of that con. I knew it was gonna be a really cool innovation that a lot of people haven't seen yet in VR. Another thing that was really neat is there was this giant dome where everyone kind of went into and they had an experience together. So it's kind of like everybody just sat and they were in this like meditation holodeck essentially, and like really cool patterns would show up, and you were basically just transported to a different world because your entire peripherals are in a different world. It's not just a headset where you can kind of feel like you're gonna just be part of an experience. You're actually kind of in that, and you're in that with a lot of other people, and that was kind of cool. That was super neat. I saw a lot of people lining up for that because that was something that was really like that doesn't come out everywhere. It was such a big dome that it was so specific to this event So that was super cool. I guess, again, closing, this is really cool. We're making awesome strides. They were talking about how in the show, when they first started, the size of the con fit into just one of the exhibitor booths. And now it's so big it can be in the convention center in an entire hall. And then who knows, next year it'll be the entire convention center, and that would be bonkers, because man, that'd be so cool. We got all these people that jump on it and like tell stories in a really creative way, putting you in the game and putting you into stories and stuff like that. I mean, it's not just games. So that was the VRLA Expo. Check it out. Go to their website, look them up on Google, and definitely let them know that you're going to be showing up next year, because it's super cool. And I'll see you there. So until next time, bam, bam, bam.